Emerson explained that he changed his last name. And I was like, you changed your last name? You're like barely 5. How you? He goes, yeah, what's your last name? And he said, it's Emerson Jaguar. And I thought, that's a really good last name. Hello, adventure. So I remember when I got the call from my wife that said, hey, I need you to come home right now. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, I just need you to come home. When I got home, my wife told me that she just got home from the doctor and our baby girl, they told us that she only had a little while longer to live. You see, she was born with a congenital heart defect and they didn't pick it up right away. And so we just thought that, wow, she slept all the time. But it turned out that just the simple fact of eating was like running a marathon for her, and her body, her heart was just not strong enough to be able to pump all the blood throughout her entire body. So I remember that night specifically, I remember holding her, and when I would hold her, I could just fit her head right here, and I could put her feet right in my hand, and I would hold her feet because her feet were so cold. Her feet were cold because it was the furthest place from her heart. So it was almost like you would dip her feet in ice water. Like they would never have any warmth to it. So I would just cup those and I would just try to keep her feet warm. Well, the doctor had told us that we needed to come in because they were going to do surgery on her heart. And probably the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my entire life was to let my little baby go. I would just hold her and the doctor said, okay, we're ready. And I just didn't want to let go. I just wanted to hold on to her. And it was really in that moment that I realized I could only keep her feet warm. I can't fix her heart. Too many times we just try to keep the feet warm when really we gotta fix the heart. Everything that flows out of social media is relationships, and relationships flows out of the heart. And so we sometimes are just keeping relationships warm when they need to be fixed. I let her go because I realized I can't fix her heart and the doctor could. We waited for a long time, and finally they said that she was out of surgery and we could go see her. And so you have to put all these, wash up, and you put all these clothes on and masks. And I walked into her room, and this is the picture that I saw. I want to ask you a question. What do you see when you look at that picture? I can tell you what I see. I see pink feet. A lot of the world just looks at the tubes and wires. But when I saw that, when I walked in, I knew her heart was fixed. I knew that I would never have to keep her feet warm again, and those feet are going to just run, and I'm gonna walk those feet down the aisle one day. You and I, we don't really have problems. We just have lack of perspective. Most of everything that we deal with today, it's really just the way we look at the world. The question is, are you looking at the wires or are you looking at the feet? How you see the world determines your adventure, and your adventure begins right now.